big shot. Can you make it or not? Going ham with Superman. YouTube lad, man.
Okay, welcome back. So last week we got introduced to the AR-57. What did I call it? The P90 AR. Some folks had some stuff to say about that, but it's all good. So last week we got introduced to this bad boy. No reason really to have the mag in other than being a brass catcher. So I really did like that build on it, because just looking at it first glance, you might think it's a regular AR until you realize that, hey, the real mag's up here, and I got a brass catcher in the bottom. So, but this got me thinking, because I never had a brass catcher before, and I always thought about getting one or whatever. So it just made me go ahead and pull the trigger on getting this bad boy. So this went on eBay. It's got a little regular old fashioned brace catcher. Put it on my 300 blackout. Brace rules over with, so we back to bracing it. So which I never really cared about, but so I decided to put it on this. I got a couple options. I could have put it on. I could have put it on my American Tactical 5.56. But the setup on that, I didn't want to change it up because where the scope is, I would have to move that, adjust it, and all that stuff in order to put the brass catcher in the right spot. Same thing on the binary 223 Wild. I would have to change up the magnifier and the red dot on that in order to put it in the right spot. So chose the 300 blackout to rock with. So we're gonna see. Each one's got their benefits, I guess. Like this is a quick detach, and then just dump, and then just reattach, and good to go. So it's a little bulkier. I think that's the reason I like the 5.7 setup. Is because it blends. It's unassuming. You think it's just a regular rifle, but you don't see any cartridges ejecting or anything like that. So you're like, okay, but this is obvious. I got a brass catcher on there, but I think it's still gonna be some fun. I hadn't shot this with the brass catcher on there, so we're gonna see. Make sure it works right. The brass isn't too hot to like burn through this nylon or anything like that. But no, this is old fashioned. Everybody's seen this one before. 300 blackout pistol, American Tactical, Crimson Trace red dot. Swap the charging handle on it, grip, and then my little finger holder there. But we're gonna take it to the range and I'm gonna shoot both of them. All right. Okay, so had a good time at the range. Um, let's talk about the difference in brass catchers. So pros on the traditional brass catcher is I shot about maybe like 80 rounds. And it held all 80, and then it still had more room where I probably could have shot maybe, I know at least 100, but I probably could have shot maybe 120, 150 rounds, and this would have held all of those. And that's 300 blackout casings. So, 223 casings would be a little smaller. So definitely probably 150 on 223 casings. Um, this bad boy, I went ahead and kept them in there. Get the right angle. That's over halfway full with 50 rounds. So another 50 rounds would be overflowing out of here. So, and then as far as feeding, you gotta think about on the 5.7, the rounds are dropping in here and then they're feeding out here. So if this is overflowing, you got nowhere for your rounds to go as they're feeding out, and it's gonna create a jam, misfeed, any type of issue could come from that. So the downside of using the smooth laid in AR-57 is that after you finish, because those rounds are all those mags are all 50 round mags, the P90 mags, which I think some of our California and New York people definitely wouldn't be able to even get this. Even I don't think they have a lower mag capacity than 50 rounds. So states like that, you guys out of luck. But I stay in good old Tennessee, so kind of do what I want. But yeah. So every time you change mags, you're gonna have to dump your casings with this. So not a big issue, but just knowing that you couldn't just leave this in, then empty your mag, put a fresh mag in, and go right back. You don't have to dump and dump, or just take this first one out, and then just let the rest of the casings for your second mag just fall. So that's it. But like I said, all in all, it was a good trip to the range. I had fun. Like I said, this is an easy little disconnect, reconnect, and then just zip at the bottom to empty those brass casings. I don't have a reloader, so that's the reason I really don't. That's one reason I didn't get a brass catcher till now, and because I really didn't have a major use for it. But now that I got them, I may start looking into that because I know I did a short just when I first tested this one out, and somebody was coming like, I'm dumped because I dumped them. I dumped them in the short, so they're like, why are you dumping them? That's a waste to dump them. I'm like, I'm gonna dump them regardless because I don't have a. I'm either gonna dump them from shooting them, or I'm just gonna dump them from catching them and dumping them. But at least catching them, it makes it a lot cleaner. I actually broke one of my phone screens because I had it sitting on the deck while I was firing, and the casing hot brass hit it, and it didn't like completely crack the screen, but it just made that portion right there like blacked out. So it's cool that I could have my phone out or have something out, or I got burned by plenty of hot brass. So just having a catcher that can catch it, even if I do just dump it in the end and I'm not reloading, it's not a bad thing. So yeah, I should find it. I think I got a picture. I burned my ankle real bad. I had some shorts on, some high top sneakers, and two casings fell in and sat there because I'm not gonna just drop the gun just because I got a burn going on, because that could be even worse than the burn. So stayed on target, politely put my gun down, and checked on him. But in that time, it did some nice damage to my ankle. So everybody's got something to say about something, but just having a brass catcher just to have a brass catcher without doing reloads, not a bad idea. Save yourself from a lot of high brass hitting you, and it just fun. Just another fun thing to have. So with that being said, I'm out. I appreciate everybody for liking, sharing, subscribing. We are on our way to 500. Let's keep pushing, keep sharing. Tell your friends to subscribe. I'm out.